Let's get physical. It's Jordan here, back again with this week's update on all the physical releases coming to the Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2, the 8th of June until the 12th. Let's see what we've got. Windswept is releasing at retail this week on Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 5, and this is supposedly a really good platformer. Visually, I've stated this before, it is a bit weak. It looks like the kind of indie game you get on the 3DS or something as a download title, but the gameplay is really very good. It did have overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam. That was until the developer replied to one negative review in a mildly rude way, and people decided to review bomb it, so take that how you like. The gameplay is supposed to be very good. It's very Donkey Kong Country style, and even from the trailer, you can see that it flows very much in the same way. If you like back-to-basics platformers, then this should be one to add to your collection. And my executive producers Danielle O, Madhawk110, and Nerdy Sean, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. And if you want it or any of the games in this video, then consider using the links down below in the description and pinned comment. Any purchase made via link helps support me and this channel in the best way possible. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And VGP are a fantastic company with free worldwide shipping on orders over $55 American. Plus, if you buy something with my link, you are put into a draw to have a chance of winning a $10 discount coupon. And this week's winner is Pierrick B. Congratulations, you should get an email from VGP in the coming days with your discount code. Thank you so much for your support. FZ, Formation Z. A quick mention to this one on Nintendo Switch 2. This is out in Japan already, and even Limited Run Games have recently sent out their North American physical. Well, now it is time for Europe to get their retail physical release. It is a remake of an arcade shmup where you switch between mech and spaceship, and my executive producers Jeddah Crow, Firm Returns, and Mr. Awesome, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Alright, there are no low print limited pre-orders this week, so we're moving straight into the imports. If you want to import any of these, you can do so via VGP or Play Asia, and if you click my Play Asia link, you can get 5% off with my discount code Jordan2026, but you must click my link first, otherwise it won't work. Dragon Loop is releasing this week in Southeast Asia, and it will be in English. This seems to be quite a popular import title already, a lot of pre-orders for it. That is the power of a Metroidvania. This has a time loop mechanic which tries to set it apart from many others of its kind, and a lot of Steam reviews consider it a bit of a gem. It's trying to be like Hollow Knight and did a really solid job with similar kind of mechanics and atmosphere, but with its own twist. I hope to give it a go for a video later this week, but I do think it's promising. And my executive producers, Instacritic, Jennifer M, Jake Vav, Juice250, Surfacing for Air, and Dead Bunny's YouTube, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Days Collection, Akiba Heroines, is a big release for certain people who like certain games, and this is a visual novel triple pack, very similar to the Fantasy Tavern trilogy, same developers, same type of fan service, slightly naughty VNs with many suggestive poses and blush-worthy situations. Be sure to pre-order the first print edition, which nabs you a cover sleeve as well as some rather naughty postcards. And my executive producers, Mr. Lee from Eastern NC on eBay, Dave Horworth, Kevin W, and Jimmy A. Guerrero, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Unrailed 2, back on track. Speaking of the desire to rail something, is a chaotic cooperative game as you help a moving train by laying the tracks in front of it as it's going along. A bit like, Wallace and Gromit. There's resource gathering, terrain shaping, hazard dodging. If you like Overcooked with a few family members, then this could be an alternative. It will play in English, and it comes in a standard edition as well as a limited edition. And my executive producers, JCross7776, Cartoon Soren, God of Resin, and Dave Huswaite, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Hazel Sky is an interesting looking adventure game, even if it's not reviewed particularly well. This has you stranded on an island where you repair and build aircraft. You take on trials and take to the skies. A lot of the gameplay revolves around solving puzzles and finding the right pieces. Critiqued for being short, gameplay light, and a little bit dull, but it will play in English and is only releasing in Asia, at least it seems so, and my executive producers OGCIB and the Nemo 6, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Inazuma 11 Victory Road Nintendo Switch 2 edition is a huge Switch 2 physical release and import exclusive. With English language options, this is a massive RPG with an overwhelming amount of content, an anime-style football game with RPG elements. When this released digitally, it received very positive reception, as it surprised a lot of people with just how good it was. Even if you're not a fan of football, this is the kind of game that makes fans. Over-the-top story, special moves, so much went into this game, and level 5 are back at their best. What with Fantasy Life I from like a year or two ago, then this, good stuff. One of the biggest imports of the year, and it will work on your original Switch as well. And my executive producers Joshua L., Lewis K., Miami Sunrise, Mojo, Cole Animals, Brent McLean, Dane Wilkinson, John Jamin, Adamantium, and Viz, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Dark Auction Nintendo Switch 2 edition is a slightly less essential import exclusive. This is already out on the original Switch from not all that long ago, less than like 6 months I think, and this Switch 2 edition isn't all that enhanced, just small performance boosts, but the game itself is really interesting. A mystery adventure game, visual novel sort of thing, as you freely explore a castle using your reasoning and deduction skills. It will play in English, and my executive producers D's Nuts, Ghost Bune, Vey, Josh Foot, and Big Bruno, they've chosen this as their pick of the week. Japan is also getting powerful Pro Baseball 2026 to 27, and Asia is getting the Zettai, the visual novel thing, but neither play in English. Alright, the community spotlight. Dead Bunny's YouTube sent in this photo picking up Pipistrello, which feels strange that it's so similar in style and theme to Minna the Hollower. Like, how did those two concepts evolve independently? Either way, I hope we get to a Minna physical soon, or is it Mina? I don't know. Cartoon Soren sent in this photo with Tomba 2 from Limited Run. I do wonder, could we get a double pack in Europe or Japan, maybe? That would be nice. Needless Dragon sent in this photo showing that despite Square Enix showing the middle finger to Switch 2 physicals, at least there's still support for the original Switch. Dabro90 picked up Tiny Book Shop and stuck it on a tiny bookshelf. That is all I want to say about this. Mr. T-Tar sent in this photo with a bunch of great games, including one great Metroid game. Couldn't resist. Mr. Awesome sent in this photo picking up the Disney Afternoon Collection on Nintendo Switch 2. Last week I did say I thought we'd get more photos of this than we did, but then I realized the timing with the photo submission deadline probably meant I was expecting a bit too much. Instacritic sent in this photo picking up Stellar Wanderer DX, a pretty interesting import exclusive, not the usual kind that only Southeast Asia gets, but if you're looking for some space exploration, it could be one to look into. Lewis K sent in this photo with 2 import exclusives, or if you're North American, 3, because Cooking Companions on Switch only released physically in Europe. Firm Return sent in this photo picking up 2 punch-throwing physicals. One thing I will give Capcom credit for is that they really do delve into their back catalogue with collections all over the place. I love it. Bunny Bear sent in this photo with a nice mix of games, and nice to see the Shikigami trilogy there. I still have not had the time to open mine yet and play them. I'm just too busy making videos for you guys. Miami Sunrise sent in Forward to the Sky, a game I rather like. It's like a Zelda dungeon style game. I love what they're going for. I even love the cheap PlayStation 2 3D visuals. It just needed to be like 10 times longer than it is. It's like they finished one level and realized, oh my god, it's going to be so much work to do, and so decided to ship it with just one dungeon. D's Nuts sent in this photo with a bit of Mary Skelter. Never actually played these 3 games, and yes, I did say 3 because the first game is included in the second game's physical. I didn't think they would be D's Nuts enough for D's Nuts, but let me know, are they D's Nuts enough? Jennifer M picked up an evergreen title. I honestly think the original Xenoblade is a bit of a masterpiece, holding its own against the genre classics, an all-time great. Dave Horworth joined the Switch 2 crew. Welcome aboard, good sir. Nice to see you picked up a proper physical on the way too. Mojo sent in this photo. It is easy to forget that while people are clamoring for a new Layton game, the new one that's been announced, there's already one on the Switch. It's there, look. Cost 71 needed to get in shape so much, he needed double the active life. Strap a Joy-Con on each leg and away you go. Was that one like exclusive to Target or something? That kind of rings a bell. Mr. Lee from Eastern NC on eBay sent in this photo with, I'm guessing, the limited run versions of those Switch games, all really good in their genre, some of the best. Golf Story though, like what the hell happened to the sequel, Sports Story? How did that one turn out so badly? Alright, let's have a roundup. Daniel C. Bluto the Smelly, Robin H, Frank, TCWS, Franco F, Andrew R, Devil Angel, Cat Killad, Enemy Parasite, Sojan, Gundam Star Force, Kresolak, The Family OG, Rainbow Pickle Gaming, Twig E, Siwada, Bub, Exile. Alright, if you want to send in your photos, the details are on the screen right now. Special thanks to my executive producers over on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support, plus you watching right now. If you watched all the way through, you are a legend as well, and I want to know who you are. In the comments below, please leave me a football emoji because, well, Inazuma 11 and the World Cup is very, very soon, and England are not going to win it, but, you know, we'll try. Hope you all have a fantastic day. Take care.